And Lieutenant Andy Green is here from the Lima Police Department, and the Chief, Kevin Martin, for information about the photo contest.
Oh, good morning. And I want to say that one of the things that we have found over the years is that we maybe haven't always done as good a job as we should at letting people know about the positive activities, the positive interactions that we have with the community. And we believe it's a very, very important thing for us to interact in positive ways with the community, not just in taking enforcement action. And we especially try to focus or target those efforts on young people, because that's going to have the greatest, longest return for our efforts in helping to build a greater level of trust within our community. And one of the things that we have done over the years in order to help make that happen is having officers, including myself, interact with the trick-or-treaters each year at trick-or-treat, or on trick-or-treat night. And this year is no exception. I'll be out there, which I got to say is kind of cool too, because when I was a kid, I always wanted to dress up like a police officer for trick-or-treat. Now I've got a pretty authentic-looking costume. But in the last few years, as we've been out there with the police department social media presence, a lot of parents and the kids have gotten really excited about having their pictures taken with me when I'm out handing out candy and stickers, and then to have those posted on Facebook. Well, Lieutenant Andy Green has actually come up with a good idea, and he's developed it and come up with a very solid plan on how we're going to implement this idea of a photo contest. I'm going to let him explain that himself in just a few moments. But also, I guess I'd like to just finish my remarks by saying that, again, it is very important that we do these types of things, because especially this day and age, and with a lot of the negative light that's being cast on police officers all across the nation, it's more important than ever that we do our best to try to help young people understand that if they're in trouble, they shouldn't be afraid of us. They need to run to us when they need help, not run away from us. And so this is just one more of the many things that we do in an ongoing effort to try to help to develop that sense within the children in our community. But Lieutenant Green, I'll let you explain what you've got planned.
Thank you, Chief. What we've decided to do is we're going to expand what we've done in years past, as the Chief said. The Chief has gone out in years past and participated in trick-or-treating. Kids have come and had photos taken. We then took those photos and posted them all to our social media pages, which has had a pretty large response. People really enjoy seeing that. So we decided this year to do a photo contest. So it's going to be the same premise, where the Chief will go out and take photos with kids that want their photos taken during trick-or-treat. And then we're going to gather information from those families. We're going to get their permission to post the photos, and then we are going to get contact information. And we're going to bring all those photos back, and as always, they will all get posted to our Facebook page. But then we are going to do a contest out of those photos. So the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to have members of the social media team at the police department take a vote on all of those photos and narrow it down to 3 finalists. And then we will post those 3 finalists into a post on both our Facebook page and our Instagram page, and we will give members of the public a chance to vote on those photos. And the photo that gets the most likes, because if you remember, we're on social media and everything's done by likes and thumbs up, we're gonna make them the winner. So they will be the grand prize winner. And what we will do then is we will bring all 3 of the finalists will be invited back here to the mayor's weekly media briefing. We're going to ask them to come and show off their costumes and introduce them here. And then they are going to get a LPD challenge coin. We're going to give them a tour of the station, kind of show them what we do on a daily basis, just show them around a little bit. But then the grand prize winner is going to be treated to lunch with Chief Martin and Mayor Berger. And that will be at a restaurant of their choosing. So I was talking to the mayor a little bit ago, and he's pretty excited. So, but again, I want to give the I want to give the locations that we're going to be. This is all posted to our Facebook page already, so if you miss it here, please log on there and look at it. But we are going to start early. Trick or treat starts at 6. However, at 5 o'clock p.m., we are going to be in front of the police department, and we'll be there for about 30 minutes for anybody who wants to come there. From there, we are going to move to the Precinct 2 COP substation, which is at 1003 East Kibbe Street, and we will be there from 5:30 to 6. From 6 to 6:30, we will be at the Precinct 1 COP substation, which is at 1110 North Metcalf Street. From 6:30 to 7, we're going to move to Woodlawn and Lakewood, and we'll be in that neighborhood there. And then we will finish up between 7 and 7:30 at the Precinct 3 COP substation, which is at the Bradfield Center, 550 South College Street. So we're very excited about this. We're hopefully gonna take a lot of photos, and we're gonna take some good photos so people have something to vote on. And this will be a good way for us to continue to get involved with the young people of Lima.
Terrific.
I do have some photos that I will hold them up. They're going to be kind of hard to see, and you can take photos of them when we're done if you want. But these are some of the past photos from the past year or so, or last year, and there might be one from the year previous of kids that were trick-or-treating with us and met the chief. And this one here is my favorite. But it's been good, so we're excited.
Terrific. Thank you.
The one other thing I wanted to say, actually, while I have a chance, is that I was trying to talk the mayor into dressing up and coming out also, but he would not put on a costume, so.
It's, unfortunately, I've got meetings that night, so. Public Works Director Howard Elstro is here to provide information about the community input process that we have underway for our plans for Schoonover Park. We want to be specific in making sure the public's aware of these plans and the opportunity to provide us feedback. Howard?
Thank you, Mayor. For some time, the Public Works Department has been looking at an opportunity to renew Schoonover Park. Those who are familiar with Schoonover know that it's a very, very attractive and beautiful park. Great place. Not only is it the location of our municipal pool, it also is where our observatory is located, and there is a walking path around a lake, which is extremely beautiful, nice place to walk. However, the park is in need of restoration. We have the dam itself that creates the lake at Schoonover has been deteriorating for some years. We did some emergency replacements last year. We have been advised by the Ohio Department of Natural Resource that full restoration of the dam is required. So we want to take that opportunity to renew the focal point of the park itself, which is the lake, and the amenities around it. We are currently in a pursuit of 2 additional grants. We have already received notification of a grant of $300,000 from the state capital bill that will be used for the restoration work at Schoonover. We have already applied through the EPA for a grant of about $915,000. And we are currently have a grant application in process to the Land Water Conservation Fund for an additional $300,000. So this project, if we are able to acquire these funds, will be a $1.5 million renovation of the park. The amenities that will be included in addition to the dam restoration is restoration to the an island which at one time housed an active fountain, a bridge to that island, as well as demolition of a very unsightly, deteriorated building which was once used as a Navy Reserve recruitment center. And in its place, what we plan to do is add something called a pump track, which I'll explain in a minute, as well as an ADA compliant fishing dock. What we have here are displays which I will make available throughout the week. This is a depiction of the island in its current condition, which is sorely in need of restoration. An example of an ADA compliant fishing ramp. This would be enable fishermen to access this if they had disabilities. And lastly, in place of the Naval Reserve, it's been suggested that we do what they call a pump track. A pump track is essentially a number of moguls, probably made on dirt, configured so that BMX bikers of any ages, children as well as adults, can come out and enjoy. This is something that has, the idea came forth from our engineering division. The more it's presented, the more we find that the public is excited about it. We had a public hearing. We asked for public input at a meeting last Thursday. To gather additional input from the public, what I'm going to do is have these panels in the lobby of the municipal building, 50 Town Square, here for about the next week. In addition to that, if you would like to come in and view them, you're welcome to do that. We could take any kind of comments through an online process. If you go to the City of Lima's official website, you'll find places where you can send emails to me or the city engineer through the Public Works Department, or you can just press and click on the title, what is it, register a concern, and you could comment through that venue as well. So a little update on plans that we would like to see done at Schoonover, and again, if there is public input, we'd like to hear from you. Thank you.
So essentially what we've done is take a problem and we think make it into really a significant set of improvements. And we will be, as always, aggressively pursuing resources to make this happen. It doesn't happen overnight. We often have to spend some time competing for funding. And the way in which the public's input is important to this process is not only does it help us refine the proposals, but the fact is that having the public's input becomes a part of our application. We're able to recite the level of engagement that we have with the public, and it helps us become even more competitive as we're seeking out those resources. So we appreciate the media's help in getting the word out and look forward to folks giving us their opinions on the features that are intended here. So I believe that's all that we have for this morning, and we'll break down for interviews. Thank you.